So I want to start this off by talking about Ross Chastain. This is the topic of this video. And so I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while now, but never got around to doing it. But today, we're gonna do it. So I was like, I have to make this video a while ago. Actually, I was like, I need to make this video, but I think that this is a appropriate time. Following Noah Gragson with his dumb Three Stooges Rowley Jefferson haircut, getting into a fight with Ross Chastain at the conclusion of yesterday's race at Kansas. Ross got tight, charged up the hill, put Gragson in the wall. Gragson has every right to be frustrated with that. He has every right to be upset. And going over there and confronting Ross Chastain, I thought I didn't have a problem with that. The way it ended for Noah was a bit shaky, because I didn't really see a whole lot of the footage, but it looked to me like they were starting to get hands on. They were starting to hit each other, or starting to get physical, and Ross Chastain was not having any of it, and he punched Noah Gragson in the face. And we had a fight for the first time in a long minute in a Cup Series race. I mean, Ty Gibbs has been involved in a lot of fights in the Xfinity Series. It's the first Cup Series fight we've seen in a while, and it wasn't even really a fight. It was very one-sided, and also only one punch was thrown, and literally nothing else happened. Obviously Noah Gragson got pissed off, and the two started jabbing at each other. But they got broken up after Chastain hit him in the face. And I'd say that I am a big fan of Ross Chastain. Everything Ross Chastain has done in the Cup Series, I think, has been great. He won 2 races last year. He won 2 times last year, and made it to the championship four for that Hail Melon move at Martinsville. I was taking a long extended break from Twitter during that time, but I imagine that things were going pretty crazy over there. Also, Hamlin only got back at Ross Chastain one real time, by wrecking him at Pocono. That was the only time that Hamlin ever got back at Chastain. I mean, obviously, earlier this year, Ross Chastain put himself and Ross Chastain in the wall at Phoenix for no reason, and that was a dumb move. To call that revenge, pathetic. I call that pathetic. To call that revenge on the part of Denny Hamlin. But it was nice to see someone at least try and teach this man a lesson, because you can't go out there and just drive like you're playing NASCAR Heat 5. I mean, I get that he got tight, and Chastain did accept blame afterwards, and Chastain apologizing, whatever. No one believes you anymore. It's great that you're apologizing. It's great that he actually knows what he's doing. But just be a Kyle Busch. Just be a Dale Earnhardt. Those two raced about as dirty as a driver ever could, and they never apologized, and they have a strong reputation. But I mean, Kyle Busch moving to Chevy changed everyone's take on him, and Earnhardt's death obviously changed a lot of people's perspective on how he was looked back on. And I mean, I've seen a lot of comments and stuff going around about Ross Chastain or all kinds of nicknames. That's not necessary. That's no. But it is definitely something to keep an eye out for, as the camera's covering my face. I just think that at some point in his career, Ross Chastain is going to get a big reality check. Because Denny Hamlin wrecked him one time in Phoenix, and Ross obviously wrecked him one time at Pocono, and he didn't learn his lesson. He got fenced by Hamlin at Phoenix this year. Obviously didn't learn his lesson, but to be fair, that was a dumb move by Denny. He cost them both a solid finish. And then he was able to get the best of Denny Hamlin even at Martinsville, when he had to close 2 spots and there was only a lap to go, and then he just wall rides through the final turn. Video game move. And not only gained those 2 spots he needed to advance to the championship, but he also passed Hamlin as well. So even when Chastain is destined to lose to Denny Hamlin, because I don't think anyone will be talking about how, no one's ever beaten Ross Chastain. No one will be talking about that if Hamlin had beaten Chastain to advance into the championship 4. And what would have been even crazier is everyone will be laughing at Chastain had his wall ride move not worked. I mean, had his move not worked, that would have been one of the most embarrassing. But see, that's just everyone's take on it all. Like, if that move fails, everyone thinks Ross Chastain is the dumbest driver in the world. But that move succeeded, and everyone thinks he's a genius. So, I mean, it really all depends on how it turns out, what people think of you afterwards. So it's really, I really don't know what to think about Ross Chastain at this point. I mean, I don't dislike him at all. I mean, it is kind of cool seeing someone play the part of the heel. But I think eventually Ross is going to get a brutal reality check. He's going to get something big coming to him. Anyways, that's all for this video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.